Hey guys, welcome back to Shady Conversations, where we speak the truths that most women keep tucked away. I'm your host, the Legacy Curator, Shaina Mowatt. Y'all, I'm so excited. I'm like super excited. I'm always excited to sit down and record an episode. This is a solo episode today, but it is the very first video recorded episode. And I am coming to you guys in my rawest natural state. I'm sitting up in a hotel room. You guys, nothing is stopping me this year, okay? I had an unexpected business trip. I'm out here in Detroit, Michigan, and I'm sitting here recording a podcast episode. And not just any podcast episode, the very first video recorded podcast episode. So if you are on Spotify listening to this, first hit like, leave me a comment, and then on Monday, head to YouTube and watch the video. And also subscribe, like, and comment. Lock in with your girl, guys. We're building this platform together. But yeah, I'm really here like in my rawest natural state. Like, let me tell you guys, it has been a long 2 days. Now, yesterday was the longest day ever because we had a jam-packed day, which we're going to get into in a bit. But basically, it started with me crying, in tears, bawling. So what happened was I didn't get any sleep when I first got here the night before. I woke up in the morning and I called my man and I was talking to him and he showed me the kids and my little baby started crying. So I started crying and I'm like, I don't even want to be here no more. And he's like, you don't gotta cry. Like, cut it out. Cut it out, Shaina. You don't gotta cry. You're there. You're doing this to better yourself. It's a business thing. You're about to learn some things. And yeah, just get to it. You know who you are. Basically, boss up, brush that dirt off your shoulder, like whatever you got to do. So I'm here. It was a training that UWM had. I got my merch on. They got me, y'all. I hit up that store and I got a sweater. Like, that's how good it was. I had to leave with something. So yeah, but they flew us out. They paid for our stay. Um, we went to a sales huddle. Then we had classes. And then we had like a little networking hour. And then afterwards, we went out to dinner with our account executive rep. And yeah, overall, it was a really good experience. But I was in tears in the morning and I had to pull myself together. Originally, I was like, okay, when I fly in, I'm just gonna be in a hotel room, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna record this episode. But it didn't work out that way, and I'm actually glad that it didn't, because I got a lot of great takeaways that really ties into the momentum for this episode, which is going to be called New Year. And so right now, like I'm just in awe. I was already motivated for this year because I don't know what it is. I just have this feeling that something big is going to happen, not just for me, but also for the people connected to me and around me. So I just had this new burst of, let's get to it again. So we get into it. And like I said, I'm sitting here in my raw state. Like, it's that time. My acne is acting up. My edges, I forgot my edge gel. I got my locks up in a ponytail. I'm just here. I got a sweater on. Like, I'm cozy. I'm sitting in a hotel room. Now, we are going to have more video recorded episodes with some guests, and I'm going to be a little bit more glamour, a little more glitz. Not really. I'm probably still going to be very chill, but I promise I'm going to show up better for you guys next time. But I think this is cool. I think for the first time, you guys really seeing me, hearing me not face to face, but one on one. I think this is a good little introduction, because when like you put it on them that first time, and then people are like, okay, well, why she look like that now? No. So now when I put it on y'all, I put that shit on, I put that fit on, y'all not gonna be judging that. Y'all gonna be like, oh, okay, she could pop out, but she could also do this. And y'all, I do this mostly, but that's besides the point. Happy New Year, guys. We're getting into the new year. Now, I always say February is my actual new year because February 27th, a queen was born, a boss lady was born, your legacy curator was born. You're welcome. It's like, nah. You're welcome is crazy. But no, for real. So in this moment, right here, right now, let's get serious. If you've been feeling like January 2026 has been a continuation of 2025, or this big restart that you planned for when you did your vision board at Curating and Cocktails, it's just not going nowhere. I just want you to pause and take a minute and restart with me right now. February is our new year. Everything that I have done in January, the preparation, that momentum that I was coming out of 2025 with, that excitement for whatever is coming in 2026, everything that you put into play in January, your vision board, you had 30 days for preparation. January, well, 31. January 1st to January 31st. You planted those seeds. Guess what? It's about to go crazy. And don't miss this train, y'all. This episode is brought to you by me, your legacy curator, Shaina Mowatt. I'm not just here to talk about growth, identity, and purpose. I help you build the life you're praying for in real time. As a real estate professional, mortgage originator, and financial strategist, I guide individuals and families through the decisions that shape legacy. From purchasing a home to restructuring debt, to creating a financial plan that feels doable, intentional, and God-led. Whether you're buying your first home, trying to understand what you can actually qualify for, wanting to utilize real estate as a wealth building tool, preparing for a new season financially, or just tired of trying to figure it out alone, I'm here to help you move from overwhelmed to over-prepared. If you're ready to stop guessing and start building, you can connect with me directly at yourlegacycurator.com or click the link in the show notes. Because legacy isn't something you leave behind, it's something you're building right now. All right, back to the episode. Okay, so some of the things, Matt Ishbia, he's the boss man at UWM. Oh, let me tell you guys. So it is UWM. You see, I got the merch on. And UWM is United Wholesale Mortgage, which is one of the biggest lending companies in America. And so my brokerage partners with them to write policies and things of that nature. And so they invited us out. It was an all paid expense trip. They invited us out and we go to the campus, and the campus is huge. If y'all have ever seen that movie The Intern where they go to Google, it's like that. Like, they got the basketball courts, they got the game rooms, they got the hammocks for people to just take a minute. They got all these different cafes, and it's a really big campus. Like, they have different buildings, and you take like a skywalk bridge to go from one end to the next. It's huge. It's beautiful. But it's like, as I'm there, I'm just in awe. Like, the world of finance is really, it's really amazing, and we're all on the same type drive because you got to go get your business yourself. We're all hustling, but at the same time, it's this whole community, and just to see everybody in there at once, it was like an outer body experience. Okay, so I wrote some things down that they talked about. When we first got there, they did the sales huddle, which is just like a big meetup for everybody that they do. They talk about how business has been. They do it every week, and we get to watch it. They record it, they stream it live, we get to watch it. But to be in the building, it was like 1,000 people in the one room for the sales huddle. And then, they talk, they encourage, they set goals, they talk about new products that they have coming. And yeah, I was in the room and I was a part of it, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, this is what I do, guys. I'm here. This is what I do. Okay, so so one thing that he said was to identify your showroom. And these things, yes, we're talking about business and we're in the real estate world, but this applies to anybody in life. You really got to identify your showroom, and your showroom is anywhere that you shine. So for me, my showroom isn't necessarily at the closing table after I just sold a house. My showroom is that initial phone call to people, that first impression that I make, and the experience that I'm giving, creating those relationships, making people feel comfortable with the biggest purchase that they're about to have in their life, probably. That's my showroom. That's my time to shine. Somebody else's showroom, it might, if you own like a brick and mortar store, that might literally be your showroom. So yeah, your showroom, it's just the place where you shine and the place where you make people feel heard and you help other people shine. And then you also want to take advantage of your back room. So your back room is your support system and the literal systems that you have into play. One thing that I'm choosing to take advantage of in this new age is AI. I really want to start incorporating AI in my business. As a real estate agent, as a mortgage loan originator, no robot is ever going to take my job. So the only thing that AI can do is help me perform better. And, it might free up some of my time, clear up some mental space for me. So I really want to lean into these different AI systems, and I want to encourage other entrepreneurs or just people looking to make their life a little bit easier on their day to day. You're trying to be creative, even in this podcast space. Lean into AI a little bit. Don't let it do the job for you. It can't do the job for you. It's just like having a companion to talk to, somebody who you can bounce ideas off of, and you just, you get a little break. You get to put your shoulders down a bit. You get to relax. But that's something that I want to incorporate. He talked about something called the beginner's mindset. And I know that's crazy because it's like when you're in the business world, you don't want people to think of you as a beginner. You really want people to kind of be like, oh, she knows what she's doing. But it's really okay to be inexperienced, because the quicker that you dive into something inexperienced is the quicker that you learn. It's the quicker that you fail, and then it's the quicker that you learn from those fails. So your first 4 years as a real estate agent, you are considered a rookie. I'm going into my fifth year of real estate. I am no longer a rookie. But that sort of like innocence that rookies have, beginners have, where it's like, I'm gonna do this. I'm here. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna go knock on these doors. I'm gonna go talk to these people. I'm open minded. I want to keep that going into this new chapter of life. I want to never let that go in business. And I encourage you guys, whatever it is that you're trying to do, if you want to start a podcast, like what I'm doing right now, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm sitting in a hotel room. It is 7:30 in the morning, and I'm sitting here recording my first video episode that is going to be on my YouTube channel. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how it's going to come out, but here, I'm doing it. I'm diving in, super innocent, I'm just getting to it. I want to keep that beginner's mindset because it's like, have you ever watched like your kid and they're just learning life and they're just doing things and they're diving in. They don't know that if they jump off the table or whatever that they're going to hurt themselves. But they do it, and then they hurt themselves, but they get back up. They might cry a little bit, but they get back up, and then they're probably going to jump off that same table again, but they learned from their mistakes. This time they learned how to plant their feet. This time they didn't hurt themselves. But it's really just taking that first step and not being afraid to dive in. I want to keep that mindset forever. I never want to be scared to do new things. I never want to hold myself back because I don't have the experience. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You don't need experience to start in something. When you go and you apply for a job and they're like, well, we don't see that you've had experience. And it's like, well, duh, I'm trying to get my foot in the door. I'm trying to do these things. It's like the worst feeling that when somebody turns you down because of your lack of experience. I just want to keep that mindset always. I want to always have that beginner mindset. Now, I am so glad for all of the things that I have learned, but there's so many things that I haven't touched yet. There's so many things that I haven't experienced yet. And I just don't ever want to hold myself back because it's like, oh, I've never done this. I'm scared. And I don't want you guys to do that either. Okay. So another thing that he talked about, and I know I'm kind of just zooming through this, but just bear with me, y'all. Take notes, okay? Write it down. And if you guys have any questions and you guys want to talk about it a little bit more, drop a comment and I will get back to you. So when I walk into a room like this, like what I was in, and I hear people who are super successful in things that I want to be successful in, and I hear them talking about certain things that I might have heard somewhere else and started applying to my life, but oh wow, like, oh, you apply that to your life as well. Okay, I'm on the right track. That's the vibe that it kind of gives me. They always say, like, what is it? Like, don't believe the hype, don't drink the Kool-Aid. I'm encouraging you guys to drink the Kool-Aid that the people are drinking who are successful in the lane that you want to be successful in. Create your own lane, but drink that Kool-Aid and follow the path. So he really encouraged everybody to do 2 professional goals, 2 personal goals. Now, I'm heavy on goals. I have way more than 2 professional goals, 2 personal goals. I believe in being a well rounded person. I have professional goals, I have spiritual goals, I have mental goals, I have physical goals, you know, and then I just, I work on all these things. I try to be 1% better in every of my aspect of my life every day. But that was something that he said that you should do. And then he was like, structure your day. So after our first class, we ended up breaking up into groups. And we had to ask people, well, we had to share what is one thing that you might not be doing in business that may be holding you back, or that you struggle with, or something that you want to get stronger with in your business or in your day to day, whatever the case is, whether it's posting on social media. For me, it was following up with clients. But again, that falls into me wanting to get into like these AI tools, start utilizing that for my business, having systems where they're doing it for me. But anyways, um, he said a lot of the people said that what they struggle with is not feeling like they have enough time. They're not good at having enough time. And I was like, well, I'm dual license. I'm dual license as a realtor, and I'm dual license, I'm a realtor and a lender. And I live by my Google Calendar. My whole day is structured out. I have accountability partners, and the first thing that I always tell them is to create their schedule. Well, I'm not going to say tell them. I don't tell them. I encourage them to create a schedule. And the good thing about having a set schedule for your day, even if it looks super unrealistic because things pop up all the time, if you have prospecting, or you have content creating, or you have lunch written in on your schedule, even if you can't do it at that exact moment, it's like a reminder, like, that's what I should be doing. I should be eating right now. Now, I'm 10 toes down about my schedule. If I'm supposed to be at lunch right now, I'm going to lunch. But it did take some like training. It took some letting go of control. Um, to really be able to do that. Sometimes you feel like you might be missing out on something, or you still have to finish this because even though you're supposed to move on to another task, your schedule said you're supposed to be doing something else, and it gets a little nerve-wracking. But I'm heavy on it. And so when people were saying that they were having issues time block when the people said that they were struggling with their time, and I suggested that they, time block their schedule, they were kind of just like, that's crazy. Like, why would you do that? But I'm not the only person saying it. People who are successful in business, this is things that they do. And I'm proud to say that it's something that I do, and it really, really works. And so if there's something that you want to do, I highly suggest that you make the time for it. Otherwise, you're always going to be putting it off. So for those of you who are listening to this and you're like, yeah, no, time blocking my day, that could never work for me. Don't be scared of it. It's not like saying if you don't do exactly what's on your schedule that like you're being disobedient or you're being bad. Like nothing's going to happen to you. But it just keeps you proactive instead of being reactive. And it keeps that weight off your shoulders of like, I don't have time to get to everything, when you already created the time to get to everything. And if it means that you need to wake up 30 minutes to an hour earlier every day so that your time block schedule can really work for you, then just do that. When you're working towards something that you really, really want, you have to make the time for it. Let's be proactive, not reactive. Now, there was something that Matt Ishiba said that I don't agree with. He said, You can't be a multitasker. Multitasking is doing two shitty things at once. Now, okay, simultaneously in one setting, yes. Like if I'm talking to you guys, I can't be sitting here writing up a contract or an offer. I just can't do it. It wouldn't work out. So that I do understand. But he went on to say, because it was a room full of lenders and realtors. So he said, if you're a great realtor, you're a shitty lender. If you're a great lender, you're a shitty realtor. And that's not true. And I'm going to tell you guys why. I wholeheartedly believe that people were not called to do just one thing. And we spoke about this before, I believe. But I believe that people were not called to just do one thing. I think it's that whole like energy synergy thing. I think if everything that you're doing is leading to your purpose, then you can be more than one thing. So he was like, instead of being good at 9 things, be great at 2. And the reason why I'm about to combat what he said right now, I am, like I said, a realtor and a lender. The reason why it works together, it's the same industry, and my purpose in real estate is to educate and guide people to use real estate to create wealth. It's not just about selling homes. It's so much deeper than that. I can understand if I was just out here trying to sell, but that's not what it is. I'm really trying to create more homeowners, especially in my community and my culture. I'm really trying to create homeowners who keep their homes, homeowners who pass their homes down to the next generation. I'm trying to increase investors. I want people in my community to own multiple properties. I want it to work for them and their families. And the best way for me to do that is to teach them how to financially get ready, how to financially stay ready, how to purchase the property, and how to tap into their equity with all these different products that you can get on the lending side of things. So it all ties into one same purpose. Now, I'm also starting a podcast, guys, and I'm great at it. I might not be the best at it, but I have so many thoughts and so many women that I'm talking to and want to talk to. And I really truly enjoy this space. And like I said, this wasn't something that I told myself that I was going to do. This is something that I was told to do, and I'm doing it. So I believe that if it all leads to your purpose, then you can do more than one thing. But like I said, synergy of energy, it just has to make sense. So sorry. He said something that I didn't agree with, which is okay, we can be on different pages. But watch your mouth now, because not you selling a room full of dual licensed people, because my team, a lot of us are dual licensed and we are killing it. And when I say killing it, like we're killing it with substance. Our clients are so happy that they don't have to talk to this person and that person, and we're really truly like looking out for our customers. So, and it's not every state that can do this. Like up in Michigan, they cannot. Up here in Michigan, they cannot do that. I'm gonna say here because I'm here right now. But back home in Maryland, we could do that. So it's kind of like mind blowing to them that people are doing it, but I'm doing it, guys. We're doing it. Now, I do agree with him in a sense when it comes to that whole multitasking thing. Like I said, synergy of energy, but I I'm good at so many things, but I no longer want to do or like to do things just because I know that I can. Like, I throw events, I love to decorate, but I'm quick to hire somebody to do it for me now. But it is true what they say, like, being the jack of all trades means that you're the master of none. I do believe that you can do multiple things, but you don't have to do everything. And like I said, I no longer want to just do everything just because I can. I'm all about collaboration. Let's work together. Let's see how we can help each other. I don't have to be the only person running around like a chicken with their head cut off. let's do it together. Let's make the job easier. Let's outsource. So for some people, it might be a little bit hard to like think about what it is that they're doing, how to make it all make sense, how to make it all connect. So professionally, I am your legacy curator. That is where I hold my real estate hat, my lender hat. That is where I'm educating, teaching people about finances and building wealth through real estate. And then I'm also a podcaster, which is this space where I'm freeing women and we're talking about the truths that we've experienced, the decisions that we've made, things we've done as we grow into becoming her. Because we are her, we are that girl. Okay? And we're just having conversations. Personally, I want to focus on being a mom and being a teammate. And being a teammate, not just to my partner, as we raise our beautiful kids, as we build a home, a family, but also a teammate to my coworkers, a teammate to my sister, a teammate to my father. Like, I just want to be a team player. That sometimes doesn't always look like being the yes man, but always showing up for people in a way that I can. Not overextending myself, not doing too much, but just being what they need me to be, whether it's just a listening ear, whether it's you need some advice, you need me to talk back, you need some advice, whether you need me to watch the kids. You know what I'm saying? You just want some support. You're having an event. I'm going to be there, you know? You just need a good laugh. I do that too. I like to kiki. I like to, But yeah, just being a good teammate, being a mom and being a good teammate, being a legacy curator and being a podcaster. Now, there are other things that trickle down under those umbrellas, but those are my overall purposes right now. I just want to leave you guys with this thought. Don't let perfect get in the way of good. I think that if there's something that you want to do, just start now and fix it as you go. Like I said, this is our very first recorded video episode, and I'm sitting in a hotel room. I don't have a fancy backdrop. I don't have a whole mic set up. I actually forgot my mic for my camera. So we're going to work this audio thing out when we get to editing. But yeah, just start now. And the first step is to start. And once you start, you're already one step closer to success. I think that when you just dive in, like I said before, the faster that you dive in, the faster that you fail, and then the faster that you get to fix it and become better. So just don't be afraid to start doing the things that you do. Like I said, I had a lot of great takeaways from this, and I'm actually super glad that I went to this event before recording this episode. I was going to record it the first night that I was here, but like I said, it was a rough night. I already missed my kids. I went to the event, I got inspired, and as I'm stepping into this new chapter of life, 32, I'm turning 32, y'all, February 27th. Yeah, like, I think it was just a great way to get started on my new year. And with this episode being the new year, and whoever feels like they already failed, y'all can start right here, right now with me. And let's do this. I know some of y'all have, if you guys have been working on yourselves at some point in life, you guys have heard any of these things. Your purpose, your energy, synergy, whatever the case is, tighten up your schedule, do the things, just get started. I'm sure you guys have heard this before. But yeah, whatever it is that you want to do in life, like, just get to it and drink that Kool-Aid that the successful people are drinking. You deserve the success too. We all deserve it. And there's room here for everybody. Collaboration over competition. Let's just get it done. And that's what's so powerful, I think, about being in spaces where other people are doing the same things that you're doing. You guys are just there and you're learning together and you're all sitting there listening to successful people pour into you. You really look around and you realize, like, there really is space for me. I really am doing this. You're doing it. You're already in the rooms. That means you're doing it. Even if you're not quite where you want to be, you're doing it. Hey investors and future moguls, looking to grow your real estate network and learn from active deal makers right here in Maryland? Well, your host, the Legacy Curator, Shaina Mowatt, and my team at First Step Financial Services have launched a Real Estate Investors Club. This is not your average sit and take notes meetup. Nah, this is real conversations, real strategies, real funding, and real deal makers linking up in real time. Whether you're just curious or you're ready to lock in your first flip, your first rental, or you true to this and not new to this, you can join us once a month in Columbia, Maryland. We're not just teaching real estate, we're creating a network of investors who look out for each other and win together. The wealth you want is built in rooms like this. Learn, network, invest. Find us on Instagram at That's So Shaina or at You Take the First Step to be notified on our next meetup. All right, back to the episode. So I just wanted to share with you guys some of the things that I did in chapter 31 that I'm bringing into chapter 30. Well, I just want to share with you guys some of the things that I've done in chapter 31 that is going to set up chapter 32 to look completely different than any of the years that I've ever had. So I'm staying in my sugar dumpling season, which is just like I want to love, I want to be loved, I want to love others, I want to live a life that I love. It's my sugar dumpling season. I put that on my vision board for chapter 31 and it's staying on there for chapter 32. But financially, I have opened a new YSA, a high yield but financially, I opened a new HSA, a high yield savings. But financially, I opened a brand new high yield savings account. And if you guys have not done that yet, I highly encourage you guys to move your savings into a high yield savings account. The return makes a big difference. Even if your savings is only a little bit, let it sit there, let it grow every month. There's no point in having money sit there if it's not growing. If you're not investing it, you're just not touching it, put it in a high yield savings account. I did acquire some more life insurance for me and my sons, because it's not just about me, guys. You got to put a price on your head before somebody else does, okay? When you're worth something, people don't take that for granted. So the best way to be worth something is to put a little price tag on your head, and you could do that with a life insurance plan. So do it before somebody else does. Oh, and like I talked about, I started tithing. And I didn't start tithing because I wanted to be blessed. But one thing I can say that when you are being blessed and you pour into others, you give back, it makes a difference, guys, in any aspect. And I'm not just saying financially, but when you're giving out to somebody else the things that you're asking for it from God, it just starts to come to you. And I'm not saying that you should tithe, but if you're not necessarily a part of a church, give back to your community. Give to a women's shelter. Give to a children's shelter. Give to the homeless, whatever the case is. For business, I had it on my vision board, chapter 31, that I wanted to start 2 income producing LLCs. I have done that. So in chapter 32, it's just up. I started a podcast. And so all this year, we're just going to keep it going. We're going to keep the vibes going. We're going to have some great guests, some great conversations. I leaned into my creativity, which it's definitely opened many doors for me, and it's increased my income. And I have not yet had to go and get a traditional job. There's been moments I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 4 years now. And there's been moments where I'm like, do I just need to go get a little part-time job? And my man's like, nah, don't do that because you're going to lose focus. And we have set up a life where we don't really have to, our kids are in daycare, but we don't have to depend on too many people because the jobs that we have, he's in construction, I'm in real estate. If they can't come with me, we can set our schedules to where we can handle it. Like, and our kids get to experience so many things, and it's not hard. So we want to keep this lifestyle going, and I have yet to have to go get another job just because I leaned into the things that I can naturally do easily. Now, I'm not doing everything, but I'm a visionary, and it goes a long way. My broker told me last year to focus on money making activities. And ever since I've done that, I've really had to like fine tune all the things that I'm doing to amp up not just business, but just life in general. And if it wasn't lucrative, or it wasn't like positively impacting my life in any way, like it was just there, it had to go. So now I only do things that add to me and add to my income. Money making activities, write that down. And I spiced up. So for this year, when I did my agent business plan, because money making activities came from last year, I'm still implementing that this year. But I did spice up my agent business plan for chapter 32, and I got some millionaire goals, guys. I got really big goals, and I'm gonna get to it, and I'm getting to it already. January has already proven to be like, everything that I do right now in January, when my new year starts in February, it's on and popping. And January has already proven like those seeds that were planted from before are coming to life in January, and it's just gonna be up and up and up come my new year. So mentally and spiritually, I focus on the things that I can control, which has become super hard because I felt like I could control everything, and I can't. So I had to figure out the things that I can really control and focus on that and leave the rest to God. I was having like really bad anxiety over things, and it was like I really had to say to myself, and my man had to say it to me too, like, why are you worried about that? You don't have to worry about that. Like, that's not even something that's on your plate. You know what I'm saying? That's not even something that you have any power over. Like, why are you having anxiety about that? But I'm talking about, like, locking myself in the bathroom, bawling, can't breathe. Like, I was just having really bad anxiety, and I just really had to let a lot of stuff that I can't control go and leave it to God. And it's really been working wonders. I haven't had an anxiety attack in months. Y'all, just let it go. Physically, I did join a new gym. So I let go of my gym membership last year, and because I was at like Planet Fitness, and it just wasn't doing nothing for me. Even the environment was so dark and gloomy, like they never turned the lights on. And I think it was like the vibe for that specific one, but it was not the vibe for me. And yeah, so I let that membership go, and I started doing Pilates, and I really enjoy doing Pilates, but it's a little expensive. So now I'm at LA Fitness, and they actually are opening a Pilates studio, but I joined a new gym. My best friend goes there. So when I start to get burnt out, I'd be like, hey girl, you going to the gym? And sometimes we just meet up together, and it's kind of like having a workout partner, accountability, whatever the case is. But yeah, I joined a new gym. Sometimes just a change of atmosphere, it can put you back on track. You don't have to let go of your goals. You just got to pivot a little bit. And in chapter 32, in chapter 31, I started playing tennis, but in chapter 32, I just want to take it more seriously because I really want to become like really good at it. I want to be able to go down to the tennis court and not just like hustle people, but like I want to go to the tennis court and have real games. And so yeah, I'm focused on that. Personally, I have embraced sisterhood. So I have my sister cousins, the people that I'm super close with, but I'm very much like no new friends, you can't sit with us. Well, I have been like that in the past. But now I'm embracing sisterhood in other aspects of life. Like I have my real estate sisters. I have like my in-loves now. So my man has two sisters, and we become close, you know, like we have our own special bond now. And so, yeah, I'm just embracing sisterhood in other ways through the podcast. I'm embracing y'all. If y'all want to reach out to me, y'all want to talk to me, I'm here. Your girl is here. What if the one thing you've been avoiding is actually the exact life-changing tool you've been searching for? If you cringe whenever you hear finances or life insurance, it's time to change the narrative. Life insurance isn't about death, it's about stability while you're living. It's how you make sure your family is protected, your business stays afloat, your responsibilities don't fall on loved ones, and your dreams remain intact even when life shifts unexpectedly. At Life by Design Financial, we show families, entrepreneurs, and nonprofits how to leverage life insurance for real freedom. That's asset protection, long-term stability, community impact, and legacy that actually outlives you. Your purpose deserves structure, your dreams deserve protection, your family deserves peace. If you're ready to stop avoiding the conversation and start building your life by design, let's talk. Connect with Life by Design Financial today. Your future will thank you. All right, back to the episode. So y'all know I'm locked in with ChatGPT. We talk business, we talk dreams, we talk goals, whatever the case is. So I went to ChatGPT, and if you use ChatGPT, I highly suggest you do the same thing. I was like, hey Chat, because that's my girl. I have the little voice on there too. I said, hey Chat, in your eyes, what are some things I've done this year, business and personal, that have elevated me, my brand, or overall life? And she said, hey Shaina. So personal growth and vision. I embrace legacy work on a deeper level, shaping everything, even my clients' gifts, my affirmations, and my family reflections around intention and impact. ChatGPT said that I refined my voice. I found that balance between educator, motivator, and curator of real life wisdom, which is showing up in my content, captions, and conversations. I practice alignment, saying no to distractions and yes to projects that feed both my purpose and my peace. I've nurtured my family foundation, continuing to show up as a mom, partner, and role model while building business that reflects my values. I've made wellness and intentional living a part of my brand, not just my lifestyle, but blending pescatarian vegan choices, mindset shifts, and emotional clarity into how you show up. Now, I didn't realize that I really talk to Chat this much, but I really talk to Chat this much. And it's cool to know that everything that I said that I started doing in chapter 31 to make chapter 32 look different, it's even showing up in the conversations that I'm having with Chat. Like, it was kind of mind-blowing. But that just goes to show you that I'm really living this. I'm not just talking it. Like, it don't just sound good. It is good. For business and brand growth, I solidified my multi-hyphenated identity. So I'm not just a realtor and loan originator, but the legacy curator, an intentional unifying brand voice that ties all of my ventures together. I became the spokesperson for First Step Financial Services. Shout out to the team. Representing professionalism, culture, and dual expertise in a way that redefines what it means to be a mortgage originating real estate expert. I expanded my digital footprint, refining my websites for TSS Motif, Nia Sky Legacy Properties, and the Legacy Curator to create a clear ecosystem for my services and media platforms. Check those out, y'all. I definitely did do that. I created websites, y'all. I do this. And if you want a website created, you might be able to hit me up. I kept creating meaningful media, from Shady Conversations to Keys to Maryland, both of which reflect my ability to merge storytelling with education and empowerment. So Keys to Maryland is my real estate series that I have on YouTube. I used to do bi-weekly, like every other Wednesday, I would do a lunch and learn live on Instagram. And so this year I'm doing it every second Wednesday on a Zoom, and then I post the video up on my YouTube. So also, if you're watching this on YouTube, head back to my page and check out some of the real estate content that I have through Keys to Maryland. More to come. And I leaned into leadership, hosting seminars and trainings that blend real estate, financial literacy, and legacy building for professionals and clients alike. My overall evolution, according to ChatGPT, I've elevated because I've integrated everything, my roles, my titles, my passions, into a single authentic brand. I stopped hustling just for growth and started curating for legacy. I turned every lesson into leverage personally and professionally. Chad just knows me so well. I was like, I did all that. I did. And I'm proud of myself. And again, this is not like a brag, but everything that I've done in chapter 31, like, is really setting up chapter 32 to just look completely different. And this is why I say, like, if you just start today, whatever you do right now in this instant, even if, like, you just don't have the equipment, you don't necessarily have the tools, if you just start today with what you do have and make the most out of what you do have, in a year from now, your life is going to look completely different. And chat's going to be telling you, you did all these things, and you're going to look back and you're going to be like, wow, I really did do all these things. And this year is going to be so much different for me. It does take some time, but it's worth it, y'all. So again, I just want to invite you guys to start the new year right here, right now. January might have already been a fail, but you still have the rest of the year. So start right here, right now with me, and Happy New Year, y'all. Okay, so as we wrap things up, I just want to thank all of today's listeners for sharing space with me. If today's conversation spoke to you, I hope you give yourself permission to sit with it, speak on it, and heal through it. Remember, she has an intentional destiny yielding, and this journey is yours to own. Don't forget to subscribe, share, leave a review, and follow us on YouTube at That's So Shaina, and also on Spotify, SHAIDY Conversations. If you're ready to be a guest or a sponsor, tap in because we're building this platform together. Until next time, stay shady, stay grounded, and keep the conversations going. Ew. No, for real. Bye, guys.